Or face the center of the storm pass over Panama City Beach a few hours from now. The most powerful storm ever to hit the Florida Panhandle, a Category 4 storm. But when it hits the coast, it won't be finished. It is headed inland. It will pass over Tallahassee and into Georgia still as a very powerful hurricane. And joining me now is the mayor of Tallahassee, Andrew. And Mr. Mayor, thank you so much for joining us. When you woke up to the news, that's assuming you got any sleep, when you heard the news this morning that this has become a Category 4 storm,
Yeah, I mean, it was extremely sobering for a lot of us. Obviously, my community over the last 3.5 years actually a far too practiced at some of these storms. We went 30 years without so much as a real thunderstorm, let alone Hurricane Hermine followed by Irma, and now we're dealing with the potential impact of the impending impact of Mike. What we're trying to communicate right now to our folks is you've made your decision. It's time to hunker down and ride out this storm. We are confident that we're going to be able to recover as a community, but people have to make the decisions right now to keep themselves and their families as safe as they possibly can. This will be the strongest storm we've seen in our area in over a century. That's not to be taken lightly, considering we're a city that has such significant tree cover. Those trees will come on, and we want to make people safe.
In normal times, they're so pretty to look at. In a situation like this, they can be so very, very dangerous. Again, Tallahassee, about 100 mile drive from where I am on the coast, but could still hit. As of Governor of Florida, Rick Scott, just issued a warning saying the time to evacuate is over. Take refuge immediately. Do you agree with that warning?
Yeah, I agree. And we're echoing the same message here in our own community. Now, Tallahassee, obviously, because we are one of the larger metropolitan areas nearest to many of the events, we're also now taking in a number of people who obviously want to do the best we can to accommodate them that are here. And then for those in our own community, if you're that is heavily treed and you're not so certain about your safety and security, find the safest space that you can in your home. This will be in a day-long event. We expect for hurricane force winds, certainly tropical storm force winds, to begin to enter our area around 8 a.m. That will continue over the duration of the day. And we don't want people to, because these things come in bands, to decide that it's all, clear and then leave their homes. Do not leave your homes. Don't leave your safety until you've been given notice by your local government. And unfortunately, there will be down trees and power lines. We'll have to clear those before people the streets. Our first response is going to be to the safety and the security and life-saving mission following the passage of the storm.
And what do people know along those lines? What do people need to know about first responders? How long will they be able to operate under these conditions?
Yeah, so first responders, we have tried to communicate to our citizens that they are their best first responders. Once the winds pick up beyond 35 miles per hour, it is no longer safe to dispatch our first responders. They will have to stand down until the conditions are clear. Please don't make decisions to get into your car and get on the road and put yourself in a life-compromising incident that then forces us to put our first responders in harm's way. Our best advice would be to stay in your home, stay wherever it is that you've chosen to ride out this storm until you've been given notice. Our first obligation will be to clear streets to hospitals, clear the roads so that we can get our emergency vehicles passage in order to get to folks to save critical life. The comforts and convenience will return. Our emphasis right now is ensuring that we don't lose any precious life during this storm event.
Okay. Thank you. As you can see, Mr. Mayor, John Berman's shot has frozen. It's amazing that actually technology has worked as well as it has, given the winds and the rain that John has been confronting down there. It's just it's going to be very scary. I mean, I think that you've been sounding the alarm, as have we, but the idea of 145 mile per hour winds that are going to be slamming into the Panhandle. I've covered hurricanes with wind gusts of 100, and it's terrifying. And you watch street signs blowing out and glass flying around. And so your message today to all Floridians is what?
Well, it is obviously take heed to these warnings. We're not, I know how it goes because I've watched these storms from the comfort of my own living room before and said, oh, well, it won't be that bad. Do not make that calculation. It will be that bad, and it will be worse than what we've experienced in this part of our state in over a century. Take shelter where you are. Make sure that you check on your neighbors once it is safe. As I said before, we will get our communities back up and going. We can rebuild homes. We can rebuild buildings and street signs and light poles. What we cannot do is we can't replace a lost life. And therefore, you've got to take this seriously. Keep yourself and your family protected through this storm. And obviously, we'll be in place to get to you as soon as conditions clear.
Yes, but who knows when that will be. And we are hearing that there will be outages, power outages, for a very long time. Mr. Mayor, Mayor of Tallahassee, Andrew Gillum, thank you very much for taking time on this very busy morning to talk to New Day. Stay safe.
Of course. God bless and be safe.
Coming up in just minutes, we will have Florida Governor Rick Scott on. He will talk about he'll talk about what he wants for the whole state, but we will also talk to the National Hurricane Center Director Ken Graham. He'll give us an update on the forecast, the timing of all of this. We'll also have Senator Bill Nelson about how Florida is bracing for Hurricane Michael. So a very busy morning here. Also, a very big name making a change, and it could be a window into his plans for 2020. Michael Bloomberg's big decision this morning. That's next.
Fall in love with IHOP's fall combos with a big old breakfast plate and a side of Cinestack or pumpkin spice pancakes made with real pumpkin. Fall pancakes are back at IHOP starting at $4.99.
Tell me, what makes Queen any different from all of the other wannabe rock stars?
We're four misfits who don't belong together, playing for other misfits. For the outcasts, we're pretty sure they don't belong either. We belong to them.
Rated PG-13.
Guess who just bagged the biggest unicorn in the valley? Best $1.3 billion I ever spent. Should have asked Markham.
Ever wonder where the people with all the answers get all the answers? Ask Markham. Accountants and advisors.
I got a certain way I like to do things. I like Consumer Cellular. I get unlimited talk and text for just $25 a month with no contract. They received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service again.
And Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, so we trust them. Reliable nationwide coverage for way less money? That's the way.
We like it.
Get wireless the way you like it. Call, go online, or find us at Target.
Anthony Bourdain Parts Unknown, the final episodes. New episodes Sundays at 9 on CNN.
If you're a small business owner, now there's a fast and secure way to qualify for a low-cost SBA loan right online. We're Smart Biz Loans, rated best place to apply online for an SBA loan. We'll help you pre-qualify for up to $350,000 of working capital or up to $5 million to buy your building.
We have a 10-year loan. Our repayment is only $1,600 a month.
Now with the SBA loan, we're only paying 6%, and I can afford that.
Smart Biz Loans, the #1 online marketplace for SBA loans.
Promote what makes your business great with Vistaprint. Whether it's a business card, a banner, or a postcard, we have the paper stocks, sizes, and design options to create marketing that's right for your business. Give it a try with 500 standard business cards starting at just $9.99 when you use code VP500 at Vistaprint.com.
The Florida Senate debate, Tuesday night at 10 Eastern, only on CNN.
Okay, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg is changing parties. He posted a picture on Instagram this morning telling his followers that he is registering as a Democrat after spending years as an independent and years as a Republican. What does any of this mean? Let's discuss with CNN political analyst David Gregory, White House reporter for the New York Times, and CNN political analyst Julie Hirschfeld Davis, and foreign policy analyst and former director of communications for the U.S. mission to the UN, Jonathan Wachtel. We were going to talk about Nikki Haley, and we are going to, but then this news broke. So, David Gregory, here's Michael Bloomberg's message this morning. At key points in U.S. history, one of the two parties has served as a bulwark against those who threaten our Constitution. 2 years ago at the Democratic Convention, I warned of those threats. Today, I have re-registered as a Democrat because we need Democrats to provide the checks and balance of our nation so badly needs. But give us the subtext here. David Gregory, why is he doing this?
Well, he's positioning himself to run in 2020. What's interesting to me, following Bloomberg over the years as an independent, is he took a hard look at running for president as an independent, and he and his team concluded that he couldn't win going that direction. So being a Democrat would be his best opportunity. He's got plenty